Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I know. I feel better. I am more alert. I'm not feeling so whiny, but my throat and my voice is still problematic, and I know why. Um, it's it kind of makes me angry, but I'm not going to get into it. So I'm going to try to leave all that aside. It's from a job that I worked, and anyway, so blah blah blah. All right, so let's get to what is really important, and my voice will clear up as I talk more. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, so I was asking for the vibe for Wednesday. Hi, I'm Holly, energy reader, psychic medium, um, and if you're new to the channel, I'm sorry I was all whiny a minute ago, but this is a wonderful community and a very supportive one. So I haven't been able to address or respond fully the way I would like to comments, but thank you for posting them. I love to see them, and thank you for responding to each other. It's nice. It's nice to have a place where you know you can safely say what you want to say and be supportive, and I appreciate that so much. Okay, so anyway, I like to check in with the vibe. So this is your Wednesday reading, and the vibe that I asked when I was trying to find my coffee mug, which I'm using this one. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? Um, Life is beautiful, and it really is beautiful. Even when we're angry or frustrated or whiny or whatever's going on, we have a luxury that other people don't, who may be getting who may be getting horrible news of whatever kind. And so it's important that we're always grateful for what we have. So, anyway, every time we wake up, we've got an opportunity and a chance to start new. But the vibe that I got from Spirit when I was asking for a message for the general, this is a general reading. So when I was asking for the general vibe, I know, get to it. I'm getting there. I'm sorry. Um, I heard very clearly and distinctly, um, be kind to yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself today. Be kind and gentle. Address your needs. And I know if I'm feeling that and saying, "Oh boy, that's a tall order," yeah, okay, I feel that, I get it. Then I know other people are too. So I think it's just sort of where we are right now. I think there is a commonality with this. If not, and you're living your best and everything is falling in line for you, that's fantastic. Run with it. Be grateful for it, and that's all you got to do is be grateful and say thank you and keep on accepting. And but for those of us who are not just on the struggle bus, that's an old one for you. But we may be even driving it for at least a couple of days, and this will pass. This energy will pass. But yeah, just be kind to yourself. And if you need to rest, absolutely rest. Okay? Life is beautiful. So I'm going to take a little drink now. Mm. Oh, just the warmth might help loosen up my throat a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't this bad earlier today. Mm. All right, so yeah, I'm making this on Tuesday evening. All right, so Queen of the Sun Oracle. I think we need a little sun energy because it is gloomy. I don't know about you guys where you all live, but here it is gloomy. It's freezing cold, and there is zero direct sunlight, and that does not help my mood at all. Okay, so I started to shuffle again, and I picked up like this, and I couldn't pick up the rest of that part of the deck. So, oh, how sweet. All right, so I asked Spirit, am I supposed to take that? And I heard yes. So let's see what we've got. Card 35. There's another one, however. I haven't seen this one before. This is really cool. I'll show you in a second. So it's card 35, which if you add it together, that's an 8. So that is prosperity and wellness. So even if it feels like things are not working out in your favor financially, I have a feeling that it will shortly. You may not see what's coming or see the bigger picture. And then the next card is card 10. You distill that down to a 1, and that is a new cycle that has started, a new cycle that has begun. And that's been coming up too. And that's why we need to rest right now, because we are just starting to ramp up for this new cycle that we are actually currently in. But just like usually, if you guys can remember back to the first day of school, it's more of a meet and greet, and you might get an assignment and you learn about the rules, but it's not like the jump in with both feet hard and fast. Now, some classes, yes, but most, no. They give you that little buffer zone. So that's where we are right now. We are in that buffer kind of place and zone, huh, baby? For this new cycle that we just started. And it will bring prosperity and abundance, or if not financial prosperity, then abundance. Look at this. How perfect for this time of year is this? This looks, man, this hurts. It doesn't hurt. It's uncomfortable. This looks like Father Christmas, or not really. I think Krampus is incredibly scary, and I think he's supposed to be. But those are antlers. Those are not goat's horns or, ram's horns or anything. That is the wise old man of the woods who's lighting the path and the way for others during the darkest of times and the dark of winter, bringing hope. Okay, that's what I see in this. And then we have card 10, Reformation. I'm just going to show you the card for a minute. Okay, so this is that resting period. This is that lying low period. This is that time of cocooning and settling in, and something very mystical and magical is swirling around you and whomever is in this net with you. This is a ship, and it's almost like the legends of the mermaid who are scooped up and pulled up. Now, I don't know if that's a sailor she rescued, if it's a merman. If you got mermaids, why not a merman? Mermaid, merman, merwoman, merman. That sounds better. But there is what the phrase, magic is afoot. So, for some of you, this is the beginning of abundance of love and affection, and not just love, but like serious passion. And so it could be, if you are like adamantly opposed to romance, you don't have to invite that in. Then it could be a passionate new beginning of your purpose for something that just lights you on fire. And that could be, it could be anything from sewing to canning to planning out and sketching out your gardens for when you can start gardening again. Hi, baby. It could be jewelry making. It could be anything, whatever it is. Cookery. I feel like somebody's might be thinking of writing a cookbook. That'd be very cool. Very, very cool. If you do, post it in the comments and let us know what it is. Oh, man. This is uncomfortable. I did get some honey, so I'm going to be getting that in a minute. All right, so let's just leave that there. I think I've said enough about that, and I'm not enjoying even the sound of my own voice right now. All right, I feel like I need to get, this deck jumped out. The Colette Baron Reed Spirit Pocket. This is the pocket version. Animal Allies, Animal Guides. Oh, shoot, honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for those cards to... No fun. All right. I thought I dropped a few, but I guess I didn't. But they were sliding out, and I think tapped her on the head. All right. Groundhog spirit, yeah. I just opened it to that and I heard, yes, take that. Because I also saw dove spirit and antelope spirit. And they're like, no, 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 no. But this one, groundhog spirit, groundhogs go underground when they need to, I'm hearing the word respite. So it's, they're not foraging, they're not gathering, they're not doing whatever, but it's okay to take rest and go underground briefly to regroup, rest in a safe place. All right, what animal allies want to work with us during this time of cocooning, sheltering, and this week? Oh my word! I was going to say that dark week of winter right before while we were in the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. And I know in the Southern Hemisphere we're moving, or you guys are moving into springtime. I would love to see Australia and New Zealand. I've barely been out of my backyard, but I would love to. But here where I am, we are in the throes of waning. Yeah, the light is it waning or waxing? No, I think it's waning. Yeah, going away. The light is, man, just sunlight is a commodity, especially in the majority of the country. But check this out. Panther spirit. A leopard and a black panther are almost the same. A black panther is not solid black. It appears that way, but underneath on the skin, you can actually see the outline of the pattern. So they are, I would say, cousins. Let's call them cousins. They each have slightly different messages that they bring, both incredibly beautiful and so powerful. Message, don't forget your power. You can see in the dark. And that doesn't mean the literal dark. It could, but it could also mean you can see through the darkness to the truth. You can see through this period. Just be quiet, watch, rest, and wait. And you are protected. Can you imagine if you had a panther? Well, I may not have a panther, but I got a cute little baby girl. Cute little ginger. I've got so many gingers. I've had so many gingers over the course of my life, little ginger cats. And someone mentioned in the comments that they are typically male, and I've heard that many times, but every single one of mine have always been female. So I just thought that was kind of funny. All right, we are going to go to Sandra Ann Taylor's Energy and Spirit Oracle deck. Let's see what we can get here. All right. Mother and Father, God, Spirit, Guides and Guardians, Beloved Elementals. I feel moved to say Keepers of the Light. So Keepers of the Light, what is the message you have for the collective today? What is the message you have? One more time. What is the message you have for the collective today? Thank you, little baby. I know, I'm moving around a lot. What is the message you have for the collective? What is the message you have? Not just for Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. This one. Archangel Raziel. And yet again, we have another card, 10. 10, distill it down to 1. Confirmation, that new cycle we're starting, where we're in that buffer zone. And I looked at the one underneath. All right, this is card 15, together at 6. That's sort of a worker bee number, but we're working up our strength to get to that point. And this is Haniel, Archangel Haniel. Haniel is often the angel of beauty, of love, of compassion, of gentle energies. Surrounds us with love like a blanket. But the card that jumped out, Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, and the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records, the Akasha is the library of all of the lives of our soul. And we can go to the Akashic Records to learn not prophetic type of information, and you want to go in with questions, but it is a way to access information, and this is the way I was taught it. So it is a way to access information about cycles of your life, this lifetime, and how previous incarnations may have affected the lessons we've chosen today, like repetitive patterns or the why of things. Why does this happen? Why did that happen? You can even go into the Akashic Records for an address, for a location, for anything like that. So it is a very interesting thing. So I am not aware of Raziel as being attached to specifically Akashic Records and the Akasha, but oh, who am I to say? So if you want to look up Archangel Raziel, Raziel, please do so. I have a feeling this is going to be as individual. The message will be very individual, okay? And what I'm getting just from the image is that this is each person receiving their own divine inspiration from that archangel. I have called on, it's funny, when I work with the archangels, other than Michael and Raphael, and very often Gabriel, those three are steadfast companions, and I'm so grateful to them. But the others that I work with often, when I get reminded, it's almost like I can't remember them. It's like they leave my head sometimes. And so it's interesting. Some of them, I don't buy into that theory of that because they are predominantly associated with different denominations, religious denominations, that they must be fallen, or they must be this, or they must be that. What a blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It'd be like any medium who is working with any number of spirits could say that about anybody or anything. So I do not buy into that at all. I take them as I see them, and as I hear them, and as I feel them. I do not attach the archangels to any denomination. I feel like they are beyond that. Denominations were created, in my personal opinion. So I hope this doesn't offend you. And I mean, we are all entitled to our own opinions. I feel like they were developed by humans and created by humans because people need something to hold on to, because they don't trust that they have that innate connection to the all that is. So, however you want to see it, that's up to you. All I know is I really need a drink right now of my very warm, soothing. It's amazing how coffee can be soothing when it's so acidic, but I drink really mild coffee generally. Oh, and this is already starting to get cold. Ooh. All right. Wah, wah, wah. I'm sorry. Okay. Of all the decks, I think the one I want to use now is a Rebecca Campbell deck, and it's Work Your Light Oracle. Such a pretty deck. Notice I'm going with the kind of lighter energy, and I think this is going to be the last one for this particular rating, just because I gotta get my voice and my throat a break. Or not a break, that sounds awful. I need to give my voice and my throat a rest, or a little respite. So, yeah, it's a lot worse than it was even earlier today. So, God, doesn't feel good at all. I mean, I feel better than I did yesterday. I'm still tired, but I feel like myself, except for this. But it's yeah. That's not going to be a long-lived work situation, I can promise you that. All right, what is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? Okay. Hi, baby. I'm almost finished. Hold on, honey bunny. I think she's sleepy. What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? All right. Second pass through, and I didn't get anything, so maybe that's not the one I'm supposed to work with. So instead, I'm going to do this big jumbo here, the Ancestral Path Tarot. Okay. Yeah, that one, it was as much as I wanted it to be that one. Because I'm just so drawn to the flowers on it. Okay, I tried to just pull the one on top, but both came out, so I'm going to take both. The Nine of Cups and the Princess of Cups. Ooh. Oh, I just saw, okay, you know what I just saw play out in my head? What's on the bottom? The Ten of Staves. Someone is carrying way too much of a burden. And then the Empress. Interesting. I like that one because I felt like there was another card that I was supposed to see. All right. So the first one, the Nine of Cups, choices and decisions and a whirling dervish and coming into a place of party and luxury and sumptuous feasts and the almost decadence of a dancing woman. You know what I actually heard in my head? Governmental undercover work, there's the honeypot. And there's two different names that they're often called, but that's one of them. And that's what I got. I'm like, oh, she's going after a mark. She's setting someone up to get information. Interesting. Why I'm getting that for this card this time instead of any other time? Because I feel like something is afoot. And then with the Princess of Cups, in the dark of night spying. So yeah, as soon as this one came out, I was like, oh, heck yeah. So someone is gathering information, okay? Someone, and it's a feminine, very discernibly feminine, is gathering information. And who is she gathering information for? The Empress. This is even above and beyond a queen's status. This is someone who controls the ebb and flow and the rhythm of the earth and creation itself. So, someone extraordinarily powerful is sitting back and watching things while these two are quite happily working and getting intelligence. Now, this is all very interesting. I want to look at this one. I was going to wrap it up, but I want to look at this one and see what's going on. I'm going to use Gilded Tarot. It's a mini deck. Now, I don't know if I should or not. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if this is... I don't feel like this is about anybody's personal lives. I feel like this is something much, much bigger. I feel like this is something truly... This is something that would affect nations. Okay, I got two that flipped. Someone is in their own head, and I just saw a big flash of blue light come up this way. And no, it is not a floater. And no, my retina did not detach. When you get to a certain age, you got to wonder about some things, you know. All right, so the first one was the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is somebody who's standing their ground and a little bit worried. What number is that? 8. The Eight of Swords. This is someone who is trapped in their own head, worried, concerned, but they're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy is what I'm getting. So So someone is creating their own doom and gloom through being too guarded and fearful. All right, and then we have the Chariot. So whatever is going to transpire right now, notice in this instance, there's a female in the Chariot, and those two are just sitting calmly, watching and waiting. Come on, get in focus there. Well, at any rate, getting in, and it's and gaining focus. And when they are ready, they will take off at a moment's notice. So even though there is a wait, watch, and see attitude happening, when this moves, it's going to move fast. Wow, I didn't expect this. I did not expect this at the end of this reading. I thought it was all going to be happy, kind of, we're in that self-care mode. Okay, I had two distinctly flip up. All right, so on the heels of that, what else have we got? God, even with the glasses, this is hard. These are so tiny. Seven of Pentacles. Coming into fruition and harvest. So someone is coming. All right, this almost, even though harvest is usually fall, I feel like it's way before then. So it's more of a springtime, spring flowers, fruit trees. Are there any fruit trees that either bloom or start? It seems like it'd be too early to bear fruit in the spring. A lot of them would be summer. But if you all know of any trees that bear fruit, and I'm hearing even if it's ornamental in the spring, let me know. I know there are cherry blossoms, but that's still not even an ornamental fruit. That's more the flower. But there's something about springtime and this particular harvest card. And then the last one that jumped out, yeah, decisions are going to have to be made. Decisions. Ooh, I just got really dizzy. Huh. Okay. So decisions are going to have to be made. But they could send us right to the end of that rainbow. And he is on unstable ground. And I think that's why I felt a little dizziness. This person who is being forced to make decisions is not on stable ground. And it is not the Empress. So they are going to be, I'm hearing, they are going to be confronted, and that's a very polite way of putting it, with information, and they are going to have to make a decision. I have a feeling there's a lot going on that we don't know about and that we may not need or want to know about. But so I'm asking Spirit, so then why did I get that? I mean, if there are things we're not supposed to know, then why did I get that much? And the message I'm hearing right now is be patient. All will come to the light soon enough. This is to help ground you and keep you stable and settled and not in such a fearful and worried state. So, I don't know what that means. I mean, it's big, whatever it is. All right, you all. Well, I got to go charge my microphone up, so I hope the sound didn't drop as well as my voice already being gravelly. All right. So anyway, be well. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. And I'm going to go get that honey out now. All right. Be well, and we will talk very, very soon. All right? Take care of yourselves. And remember, you have a perfect soul. Thank you. I'm still here. So heartfelt, but so meant, I truly mean it. I never was good at the gracious or, exciting exit. I guess I've just got too much goofball energy for that to really work. At any rate, I am sending you love and gratitude, so thank you. I just needed to say that. All right, we'll talk later. Bye-bye.